Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with us, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And finally, it's most people's favorite. This is application, where we take the past concepts from other live lessons and we see how they apply to an actual real song that already exists. And since there's like 1,000 different ways to play any song, you're just going to work on the version that is appropriate for your level. So that might just mean playing one note at a time for right now. Or maybe you're working on chords or covering the full song. Or maybe you're just seeing how the song breaks down so you can better write and transcribe your own songs in the future. But whatever your level is, the goal is not this song. So even if you don't play the whole entire song, you'll get better by even attempting a little bit of it, and attempt it we shall. Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin. I lost my voice at the Monster Truck Rally last night, but we'll be doing the song Sunflower today anyway. And these are the, what are you? The camera operators, chat room moderators, the jumper inners, all of those people.
Guess what? I got a new jacket. It's cool.
That's wonderful. All right, let's do Sunflower. In case you haven't heard this song before, it doesn't have a whole lot of right-hand notes, so I'm guessing this is going to be a little bit easier than a lot of the songs that we do, but it would go something like this. So we're going for something similar-ish to that, and the way we're going to start that out is by just starting here at the top of the song, playing a D. So if you want to, you can start learning your lines and spaces and stuff on the treble clef. This is the treble clef, and that just means that that's like the right-hand part. We're just going to play the melody for right now, the part that you would sing along with, the one that goes with the words "need less to say." And so this line right here is, we'd call this the fourth line because we always start counting the lines from the bottom. So that's line 1, that's line 2, that's line 3, and that's line 4. And the fourth line up is always a D. Every single time. If you've got this symbol over here at the beginning, then the fourth line is a D. So in order to find a D, you're just going to find any group of 2 black notes and find the note in between. That's going to be a D every single time. So that one, we're going to play that one while we say the word need. And then we're going to play another D while we say less. And if you say the words out loud as you play, first of all, it's going to be really awkward and annoying, and you're going to feel like, maybe I'll just say the words in my head. Everybody thinks that it's not a great idea, even though it feels like it would be. So, need less to. There we go. And you don't have to sing them. You can just say them out loud if you want. Singing them would be better. You don't want to hear me singing most of the time, and especially not today. But need less to. Then on the word say, we're going to go up to an F sharp. So this note right here would be an F, because if that's a D, then alphabetically after D would be E and then F. But we don't want an F. We want an F sharp. That's what that hashtag in there is about. So we want this note right here. It's slightly higher than an F. That's what the hashtag means. The hashtag stands for sharp in music, and that means slightly higher than. So we're going to play 3 Ds, need less to, and then the note that's slightly higher than an F, F sharp, while we say the word say. That's kind of how this is going to go for the rest of the song. And actually, those 2 notes are going to be really important, as well as this B right here. So we'll go ahead and go on down to that B. After say, we go back to the D and say the word I. And then keep is going to be a B. If that's a D, Then this one right before it, backwards to the alphabet, would be a C, and this would be a B right here. So maybe that's just your assignment right there. If you've never played any songs before and you don't know the letter names of any of the notes on the piano, then your assignment would just be to play through those first notes and say out loud, needless to say, I keep. And try to get those and pay attention to what letters you're playing. D, 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 F sharp, D, B. If you already know your notes, then you are free to move on. Her in is both a B, and then check is a D. And honestly, like, those three notes make up the vast majority of the song. If we just repeat that, needless to say, I keep her in check. Say, I keep her in check. Needless to say, I keep her in check. Needless to say, I keep her in check. Play that 4 times through. You've basically gotten all the way through the end of that thing. So let me play the exact same thing, but this time say the right words. Needless to say, I keep her in check. She was all bad, bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. So that's the first 2 lines, is just those 3 notes back and forth. And saying the words again is really going to help out a whole lot. And then we've got this thing right here that's also going to repeat 4 times. So this section right here, we're gonna have to go all the way up to a B. So we were on a D before. Next note up would be an E, and then an F, and then a G, and then an A, because in music we only have up through G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, before we have an A again. So this one right here would be a B. So we're gonna have to jump all the way up to a B and play a B, and then an A, and then a B, and then go down to F sharp. So, and you can tell here, we're going up to a really high note, go down a little bit, up a little bit, and then down a lot. So that's how we determine which B's or A's or F sharps we're supposed to be playing, is by the direction of the notes. So we go a B, slightly lower to an A, slightly higher to a B, kind of lower to an F sharp, and these two have this swoopy line right over them right there, and that's called a tie, because that's supposed to tie those 2 notes together as one big F sharp. I know it seems stupid at the moment, but later on it will really pay off to have ties. They're actually really handy, but they look stupid when you first learn about them. Why don't you just write 1 F sharp if you only want 1 F sharp? I understand. But we've got B, A, B, F sharp, E, D. So only 1 F sharp getting played there because those 2 are tied together. And if we do that 4 times through, I think it's 4 times through, things you just can't refuse. Ride like a cruise, not trying to lose. So 4 of those in a row, and you're already down to here. So with 2 phrases, this thing and this thing, you've got the entire verse and the first 4 lines.
Hey, Jamin, it's time for our feature of the day, which today is our app of the day.
Yeah, and our app of the day is the Ultimate Guitar app. So then a lot of what I do in one-on-one lessons is transcribing songs and writing out chords for students who are wanting to learn songs that they've heard on the radio or whatever, and they just don't know the chords for. And Ultimate Guitar has that stuff for. So Ultimate Guitar is a place where anyone can go and write out the chords on top of the lyrics for any song. So Sunflower, there's probably like 10 different versions of Sunflower on there, and probably 1 or 2 of them are about 80% right, and then others are less right than that. So on a really good day, you'll go there and you'll get chords that are like pretty much spot on. Most of the time, they need a little bit of tweaking, but they're a great place to start. So
sometimes they'll be in like the wrong key.
Yeah, but I think they even have on the app, they have ways that you can like change the
I
key.
think you have to like buy it.
Premium.
Yeah, yes. Honestly, I would buy the premium version. I think it's that valuable. If you are a person who likes to cover a lot of songs and you're wanting to learn a lot about chords, then it's probably the easiest way to do that. So yeah, I think it's like $10 or something, but I think it's probably worth the $10 because it's just got like every song you could ever imagine, and it's all user generated stuff. So again, it's not perfect, but it's a really great starting place, and that way you don't have to try to scour the internet for.
They do have some like official like stuff that
yes.
artist verified.
Right. Yes, they do have. Yes, some like extra paid content. Is that? I don't even know if that's like an extra paywall after that. But anyway, yeah, I would definitely at least go steal a bunch of free stuff from them, and then pay $5-10 to have lead sheets, chords on top of lyrics for almost any song you want, and then what students a lot of times will do is like download that and then they'll like play through it. And if something sounds funky, they'll bring that to me. And then we're only changing one chord instead of writing out all the chords for a song or whatever. So anyway, a lot of students found it really, really useful. And it's kind of like a portable teacher almost. Really close. It's 80% of a portable teacher. All right. Well, let's get back to our song after this short break. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.